to BioVivacious. BioVivacious is a YouTube channel dedicated to clear fundamental concepts of biosciences. Today we are going to discuss about synthesis of phospholipids. So this topic is very scanty. So therefore I thought of elaborating this topic so that it benefits a lot of students. Phospholipids, as you know, it's very important part of every membrane. Organelles will have membrane, so cells will have membrane. Phospholipids plays a key role to maintain the structure of this membrane. So let us see how these phospholipids are synthesized. So there are 7 different phospholipids. First of all, let us name these 7 different phospholipids. So these phospholipids are, you have phosphatidylethanolamine, phosphatidylcholine. The third phospholipid is phosphatidylserine. The fourth one is phosphatidylinositol. The fifth one is cardiolipin. And the sixth phospholipid is plasmalogen. And the seventh phospholipid is platelet activating factor. So these are the 7 phospholipids. Now you can see that I put the last 2 in different color. Why these 2 are in different color? Because though these 2 are phospholipids, these are ether lipids. So therefore there is an ether bond present in these phospholipids. But still we will consider them under phospholipids. What will be the basic structure of these phospholipids? For example, these 5 of them, you will have a glycerol. Okay, you have a glycerol. Now to this glycerol, a fatty acid is attached. A second fatty acid is attached. Now to the third hydroxyl group, a phosphate is attached. Then there is a head group. Okay, in the head group only will vary. Now the head group can be an ethanolamine, the head group can be a choline, the head group can be a serine, the head group can be an inositol. So this is the case of phospholipids. All these phospholipids that are written with the black color. Whereas when it comes to plasmalogen and platelet activating factor, what happens is, so this is a glycerol ether. We will look at the structure, how that is constructed. To this, a fatty acid is attached. So this will be the structural difference between a glycerophospholipid and a phospholipid. So now let us look at how do we synthesize these phospholipids. Synthesizing 7 of them can be a little elaborate. Therefore, we will divide this into different parts. So let us begin with synthesizing phosphatidylethanolamine. So in order to synthesize phosphatidylethanolamine, remember most of the synthesis occur in liver. Once it is synthesized in liver, it will be transported to various parts of the body. Wherever phospholipid is needed, it will be transported there. There it gets incorporated into the membrane. Now the composition of these membrane will vary depending on where it is, depending on the location, and depending on to which organelle it is associated with. So therefore it will vary. For example, if you look at the mitochondrial membrane, inner mitochondrial membrane, it will have a large concentration of cardiolipin. You see, from organ or organelles to organelles, the composition of the phospholipids will vary. So, well, let us go ahead and understand how exactly phosphatidyl-ethanolamine is synthesized. Let us look at the structure of phosphatidyl-ethanolamine. So, the structure of phosphatidyl-ethanolamine is so this will be CH2OPOCH2CH2NH3. So there will be a plus charge here. This is the structure of phosphatidyl-ethanolamine. You can identify 4 parts in this. The first part is the glycerol. It's very evident. You can also identify fatty acids, very clear. In the third components you will find is a phosphate group, and finally you will find an ethanolamine. So these are the 4 components of phosphatidyl-ethanolamine. You have a glycerol, you have one fatty acid, the second fatty acid, then there is a phosphoric acid, and finally in the ethanolamine group. How it begins is in a simple 3 steps, only 3 steps. That's why learning about phospholipids can be very simple. So first of all, what we do is we start with ethanolamine. So therefore, ethanolamine, let me also write the structure. So therefore, this is ethanolamine structure. Now, in the ethanolamine, we are going to increase the energy content of ethanolamine. How do we do that? By phosphorylating. So therefore, we will rub the structure. You will see that how the molecule is being built starting from ethanolamine. So what we do first is, to ethanolamine, it has to be phosphorylated. So in the contributing molecule will be ATP is added, ADP is removed, we will get a phosphoethanolamine. Let us write the structure of phosphoethanolamine. So therefore, this is going to be OPCH2CH2NH3. This is phosphoethanolamine. Very good. So once you have phosphoethanolamine, well, this is catalyzed by an enzyme known as ethanolamine, writing in short form, ethanolamine kinase. Okay, ethanolamine kinase will convert ethanolamine to phosphoethanolamine. First step is completed. Once you have phosphoethanolamine, step number 2 is to again increase the energy content. How do we increase the energy content? By clubbing this phosphoethanolamine to a nucleotide. Now remember, in the phospholipid metabolism, cytidine becomes the nucleotide which increases the energy content. So therefore, next step is going to be, we are going to add, so therefore this is changing the structure here only. So therefore, this is OP, this is phosphoethanolamine. To this, a CTP molecule is added. Now remember the structure of CTP. So CTP structure will have a C, cytosine. To that, a ribose is attached. To the ribose, in the 5th carbon of the ribose, you will have 3 phosphate groups. This is the structure of CTP. Okay, so this is the structure of CTP. Now, what happens in this step is, in the phosphoethanolamine, it already has 1 phosphate group. Here there are 3 phosphate groups, 1, 2 and 3. So totally we have now 4 phosphate groups. The phosphoethanolamine is going to attack here, and 1 of the phosphate groups will be removed. 2 of the phosphate groups will be removed. And this group, this is CMP, cytidine monophosphate. Cytidine monophosphate. Now this CMP is added to phosphoethanolamine and this unit is removed. So what is this unit? That is PPI. If this is clear, let us write it on the board. So we are adding CTP to it and PPI is removed. We have seen it earlier, and the CMP becomes bound to this. So CMP has got one phosphate. This is a second phosphate. Therefore, it becomes CDP ethanolamine. So catalyzed by a cytidyl transferase. Cytidyl transferase will carry out this particular reaction. Now, this reaction is thermodynamically made possible. How is it? It is being made possible by hydrolyzing this pyrophosphate. A molecule of water is needed and this becomes 2PI. What will be the name of the enzyme? Pyrophosphatase. No space, I'm writing this so to write. So the name of the enzyme is pyrophosphatase will convert PPI to 2PI. That gives energy for this conversion for the formation of CDP ethanolamine. That is step number 2. So we have created our molecule. Now the next step is going to be, now this CDP ethanolamine, so this phosphoethanolamine has to be transferred to a diacyl glycerol. That is step number 3. So therefore, step number 3, so we start from here, CDP ethanolamine. So you have CDP ethanolamine. We only need to add a head group. That head group is contributed by diacyl glycerol. It is contributed by diacyl glycerol. Diacyl glycerol gets added to CDP ethanolamine. Now remember, diacyl glycerol is CH2OCr1, CHOOCr2. It is diacyl glycerol. So this is diacyl glycerol. Now to the third carbon atom, this ethanolamine, phosphoethanolamine has to be transferred. So therefore, what will happen is, in this step, if the phosphoethanolamine OCH2CH2NH3, this is added. So therefore, we get phosphatidyl ethanolamine is formed. When phosphatidyl ethanolamine is formed, what will be removed? Phosphoethanolamine is transferred. CMP molecule is removed. So you see that how a nucleotide increases the energy level, helps to transfer the head group to a diacyl glycerol, and then we make phosphatidyl ethanolamine. This reaction is catalyzed by phosphoethanolamine transferase. So this is how phosphatidyl ethanolamine is synthesized in our body. Okay, so once we have understood this, then it becomes much easy to understand the synthesis of other phospholipid.